packed with Republicans. Now, 2 of them were appointed by Charlie Crist when he was the Republican governor of the state, but the rest of them, the other 5, are all DeSantis appointees. And one of the Charlie Crist appointees objected to this, but it was a 6-to-1 ruling by the Florida Supreme Court that said that, yes, Florida has elections for district attorneys, for prosecutors, and you would think in a democracy that whoever the people elect could be the prosecutor, right? But DeSantis wanted the power to just unilaterally fire anybody and replace them with whoever he wants. So in Democratic-controlled towns and cities and areas around Florida, you know, they'll elect somebody as a prosecutor who's a Democrat, and DeSantis would just go in and fire them and replace them with a right-wing hack, you know, who would cut deals for you know, right-wingers and you know, go after left-wingers, I guess. Well, the court just backed him up on this. The court says he has the absolute power to fire anybody he wants in the state. He's the chief executive. The ruling was per curiam, which means for the court, but it also means none of the justices actually put their name on it. It creates basically a situation where, I mean, why even bother running for district attorney in Florida now if you're a Democrat? Because once you're elected, DeSantis will simply fire you and replace you with a right-wing hack. I mean, this is how Republicans think of democracy. Like it's an inconvenience. It's a bothersome thing that kind of gets in the way. Meanwhile, the fossil fuel companies, Hawaii, excuse me, some of the citizens of Hawaii and the state of Hawaii have joined in trying to sue the fossil fuel companies for some of the damage to Hawaii, including the most recent big fire there. And this went all the way up to the Supreme Court. Honolulu is one of 40 cities and states suing big oil for lying for decades about the climate impact of their product. And the Supreme Court justices met on Thursday of last week to talk about this, to figure out what's going on. And now you've got conservatives have published opinion pieces in Bloomberg. I mean, we don't have the ruling yet, right? But they published opinion pieces in Bloomberg, The Hill, The Wall Street Journal, The National Review, calling for the court to say, yes, let the fossil fuel companies off. The argument is that they have free speech rights as persons, that ExxonMobil as a person has access to the Bill of Human Rights, the first 10 amendments of the Constitution. And, of course, the first one says that you have the right to speak freely. And they're saying that, you want to infringe on our free speech rights by suing us for lying to you in a way that has caused the death of thousands of Americans and millions of people around the world and millions more to come. So now you've got JCN, the former Judicial Crisis Network. It's a trade name for the Concord Fund, one of these many nonprofits that is funded in part by Leonard Leo. Justice Clarence Thomas once said that Leo was the third most powerful person in the world. You got Amy Coney Barrett, whose father was a lawyer for Shell Oil his entire career, or most all of his career. She won't recuse herself. You've got all these Leonard Leo affiliates, like Clarence Thomas and Sam Alito, and the 3 justices that Trump, put on the court, Kavanaugh and Gorsuch and Barrett. Now, there's another nonprofit, the Alliance for Consumers. They're all filing Friends of the Court briefs, saying, hey, we need to respect ExxonMobil's free speech rights. So free speech rights mean that you can also lie. You have the free speech to lie. But this is a matter of literally of life and death. I mean, Hawaii is filing on behalf of people in Hawaii who died as a consequence of the lies of these fossil fuel companies. And here we're, in all probability, going to have the Supreme Court say, nah, we're going to rule in favor of this fossil fuel company. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. The rulings have not come down. Typically, they come down on Thursdays, so probably later this week. But, we'll see. Stay tuned. I'll pick up your calls on the other side of the break. What's on your mind today? We'll be right back.